Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and I'm here with the beautiful Jessie.
Hello, guys. It's our Christmas special. Obviously, you can see from the lights, I am really excited, and I cannot believe last year we had Lena Scissorhands on for our Christmas special. But I am even more excited for all the guests we have to come, especially tonight. So, Allie, please lead us in.
So, who else to have on for such a big special? Like, everybody who knows us knows we love Halloween, we love Christmas, and we always go big. Tonight, we're stoked to welcome the incredibly talented and fiercely independent music artist, Bronnie. Known for her high energy punk pop anthems and unapologetic style, gaining a huge fan base with her fun-loving personality and badass power vocals. We sit down with her to talk about her journey, creative process, and what's next for this powerhouse artist. Please welcome Bronnie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome.
How's it going, gang? All good?
Oh, we were playing tag back and forth, and honestly, I'm so excited to have you on. You've been doing so many huge things.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. The Christmas special as well. I'm loving it. I'm loving your backdrops as well, guys.
I'm loving your tree in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like so entertained by that.
Oh yeah, we got to celebrate.
So I wanted to start off, since this is our holiday special, I wanted to start off with a couple holiday questions.
Yeah, go for it.
So what's your favorite holiday tradition, and what do you look forward to each year?
Oh, I definitely think. So I have a massive family, on both sides really, and I think just seeing all my family, because I think it works out really good because my granddad's birthday is Boxing Day, so I see all of my mum's side on Christmas and all of my dad's side on Boxing Day, and it's just ADHD in one room. It's great, you know. So I definitely think just spending time with family, especially when I'm away, you know, so many days and weeks on the road. I really do miss them. So it's always fun. Very, very loud household as well. So it's always really good seeing them. Traditions. Oh, we always have our family film nights. Our favourite movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Not sure if you guys are a fan of that movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I try to watch it every year. I have to go with Gremlins for my favorite.
Yes! One of my cats is called Gizmo! Very fitting. Loving it.
Jessie, what's your favorite?
I don't know. I'm a classic. I want to say like Elf, but I also like a lot of the really old, like anything with claymation or animation, because so I like Rudolph because I think the Bumble was so terrifying and cute at the same time that I was like, I'm obsessed with this. Cornelius, amazing. So like Rudolph definitely. And then there was this old animated Jack Frost special, if you remember, and he comes down and it's kind of like all creepy. And
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I love creepy Christmas, Loki.
I love it. Christmas. I take it you guys are Nightmare Before Christmas fans then.
Yes,
definitely.
I love a lot of the Christmas horror movies too, like Black Christmas and stuff like that.
So I noticed that you did a cover of What's This?
Yes, that's about 6 years ago now. That was really fun. I mean, I'm such a massive Tim Burton fan and Danny Elfman as well. And I released that. I think I was on tour in America at that time. Actually, I think I was somewhere in Nebraska when it got released. So, yeah, whenever I think of Nebraska, I think of Nightmare Before Christmas now.
A Silent Misery.
Yeah, it was on that EP. Yeah.
Now that is an older one. That was 2018.
Yeah. So that was all on one
alternative
EP.
Christmas songs.
I know, we love it. Yeah, talking about graveyards on Christmas, you know. No, I love the kind of, I really wanted to write like a hauntingly beautiful kind of like Christmas song. So I kind of went for that. And then I did like a gramophone mix of it, kind of old fashioned sounding and, different songs. And I was like, oh, this is going to be an EP. So do you know what? I'll put What's This on it as well. And it's 6 this year. So I feel like a proud mum.
Happy birthday. I know, right? I love that.
So if you could go anywhere in the world for the holidays, and you said with your family, but if you could take them with you, where would you like to go?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not gonna say anywhere hot because I have friends in New Zealand and they're like, "This is too crazy. It's too hot to be celebrating Christmas." I think like a log cabin in Colorado or something. I've got a load of family from there, and every time I visit, it's always been in summer, and they're like, "You guys have got to come during the winter." So I think it'd be that. Yeah,
it's cool. I love a log.
No technology or anything.
I always watch those like Christmas movies, like what is it, Four Seasons or whatever they are, where they kind of like either get like kind of pushed into going somewhere else, or they're going to catch a plane and it kind of like gets delayed and they end up like going somewhere. I'm like, wow, like I couldn't even imagine not doing the holidays with my family either.
Oh, for sure.
Like I kind of look like, even though like sometimes they're crazier than others, like I kind of look forward to it. I can handle it at least one time a year that we all get together. Everybody kind of voices their opinions.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's always like a political chat from, grandpa or someone, But no, whenever I'm with my family, because we're all so loud as well, no one has inside voices. No, it's like a comedy set every time I like go to like a little gathering with my family. It's great.
Now, does your family, like my family, usually we try, like at least one person wants to try like a new recipe.
That's always a risk.
Oh,
no one's allowed. Do you have anybody in the group that
don't fix it?
I remember the one year they had tried to do like kind of like organic and like a healthier Christmas, and I'm like, where's the soul food? Like, what's everybody doing?
I want everybody to bring the same thing that they always bring. Like, that's the thing you make. That's the thing I look forward to. Don't take it from me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm really, I don't cook. My mum doesn't let me cook because I nearly burnt down my house years ago. That's a different story. But, so I'm great. I'm just like, right, okay, I'll go to the shop. I'll bring like, muffins that are pre-made. So I don't really have to worry that much. But yeah, no, my family get very stressed out when it comes to cooking. Maybe because we're not really good.
Now, do you guys do the Christmas music blaring through the house?
Oh, yes. Oh, every morning, every night, especially Christmas Day. But like, there's just like, like I said, there's so many people, everyone wants different music on. So there's like a million different speakers in the house. So like a million different Christmas songs are going off at once. But, we make it work.
Do you like the classic Christmas songs? Or are you into like the newer ones?
I love the classic Christmas songs. Yeah. Especially like the 70s, 80s, kind of like the old like rock UK Christmas classics. I'm not sure if we had like, I mean, we obviously all know like the same Christmas songs, but there's some songs in the UK that not many Americans know. And yeah, but you guys are American, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I was gonna say there's always like someone who's like, I'm Canadian. I'm like, no. But yeah,
we're near Philadelphia.
You're Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Oh, I played the Fire years ago. I did a headline show there.
That's awesome.
I just played there.
I played the Fire last weekend.
Yeah. No way. Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. Because I know, is it Elena?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like a promoter there.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. The lights are quite blinding up there.
They are.
I was like, I have no stage fright right now. You've eradicated a problem.
So let's get into a little bit about your history and what was your first musical memory?
Oh, I think my first musical memory. Well, I was a very big Hannah Montana fan growing up. So, like, all my childhood is literally, like, I look at every photo of me, it's just, I'm in, like, Hannah Montana merch, doing a Hannah Montana dance. That, and probably, like, there's a video of me dancing on my kitchen table to Shania Twain. I just loved, like, especially, like, country rock, like, growing up as well. That was always fun. And there was just music in my house all the time. And my dad's a musician. He had, like, he had, like, a rockabilly band. On the side, so I used to go to his gigs and all that when I was really young. I just remembered there was just music everywhere in my house. So yeah, it was really cool growing up, and lots of different genres. My mum used to be a proper boy band fangirl back in the 80s, so she brought me up on that. Dad was bringing me up on Aerosmith and Stray Cats, random bands like that.
So how did you get into doing it professionally?
Yeah, well, I started doing musical theatre as a kid.
What was your first thing that you ever performed?
What movie? There was a musical called Smike, and no one's ever heard of it, and no one even needs to know about it because it's such a bad musical. But then when I got Sandy in Greece. That was when I was like 15. That was like my first proper big part. And then after that, I was like, I can't dance. I've got like 2 left feet pretty much. Every time I was acting, I just freeze. But I really got excited for the singing aspect. And then I started getting, heavily into like pop punk, rock music. And I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. So that was about when I was 16 years old that I started doing really bad YouTube covers. Like, I feel like every artist did back in like 2016. And then Louis Tomlinson from One Direction ended up sharing one of those covers, telling everyone to subscribe and all that. So my first kind of fan base was a load of One Direction fans who also liked 5 Seconds of Summer because it was like the same kind of pretty similar music. So that kind of kickstarted my fan base, literally all thanks to Louis Tomlinson. So
that's so cool.
That was really cool. And then from there, I left high school. And what did I do? I was just kind of writing songs in my room, not really knowing what to do. And then one day I got a phone call from someone asking me if I wanted to join a tour. And that was 2016-ish, end of 2016. And then the next year, and that was just a whirlwind because it ended up, so my first tour date was October 2016. And I went on, in a year, I went on 13 UK tours. So I was just like on the road 24/7. And that was one of the best years of my life. It gets tiring at times, just like any job, but just getting to meet so many fans, playing so many different cities. And that was when I was really like, this is awesome. I want to do this forever. Yeah.
Best fan encounter.
The best fan encounter. I had someone from, the US fly all the way to my one of my shows in the UK one time, so that was really cool.
That's such a good feeling. I can't even imagine.
It was just amazing. I'm a big crier as well. I cry at everything, so obviously I was just sobbing the whole time. That was really sweet. I do get a lot of if I'm playing in Europe, a load of fans from the UK will travel and they'll travel here. That's really fun. In fact, I got a really cool fan gift. I need to show you guys. It's really sick. One sec. So someone made a 3D scan of me with like a devil horn on my head once. Gifted me it. And I was like, that is really sick. That was cute. I always have that in my studio. Yeah.
Aww. I love that.
So what is your typical like songwriting process?
So usually it's kind of different every time. So most of the time I'll sit in my room, sit in my studio here, think of a concept, because I always think that if I'm just writing a song and I don't know what it's about, I feel like I can't really connect to it. But as soon as I know what the song title is either going to be or the song concept, I can just figure out, if it's a slow song, if it's a happy song, and that comes, way quicker for me. So it's usually me and my acoustic guitar, and I'll kind of get a load of reference, tracks of guitar tones that I want. I'll send that to Pete, my producer, and then he'll make a track, and then we track that. Or sometimes I'll say to Pete or Chris, my bandmates, do you want to write a song? And it's always just the guitar first. It's rare that we'll write a whole track and then the lyrics afterwards. But yeah, it's usually normally just me and my guitar, and then we kind of create something from that.
So tell us all about Jaded Deluxe.
Yeah, so Jaded Deluxe. So I had the song Jaded. That was a 2018 song, and I've always said, everyone was like, you need to release this, and I've always said I'm going to release it when I do my album, when I do my debut album. And I released my first song in 2015. So 9 years later, it's so good to finally release an album. I feel like it's about time. So I released that. It was the February 29th, which is a leap year, which means that next year it doesn't have a birthday. So we'll all feel really young next year, like we haven't aged. And it's got 13 songs. And then it was kind of like I went to America, started doing loads of songwriting, around there, like the East Coast this summer. Came back, and there was 2 songs that really stood out to me that didn't make it on the album. Mm-hmm. And I was like, right, if I don't release these are never going to come out, because it doesn't really go as well with the second album, because I don't want to create a whole clone of album 1 with album 2. I want it, still be me, but a little bit more different. So I thought, okay, how about I release a deluxe album? So I released that with 2 of those songs on. We did some country versions of like country acoustic versions of some of the songs, just to see what it would sound like, Added some collabs on that I've done in the past with Mason, who's from Titusville, Pennsylvania. And yeah, just it's 20 tracks, 20 songs that I've just totally fallen in love with, like, over the past few years. And yeah, really, really lucky that it's out and everyone's been streaming it. And
yay.
Yeah. And the tour was great, because that was a 13-date UK tour. 3 or 4 shows in Europe, and then we went to America and played a show there, which was awesome. So it's been going
So
good.
If you were going to tell a first-time listener of this album what song to listen to first?
Oh, it depends what their music taste is. I'll say, if you dig heavier music, I think Jaded, which is like the opening track, Plead Insanity, and Paranoid. If you're a pop girly, I would say Scream or Your Ex-Girlfriend. And if you're kind of in between, I'd say O or Galaxy. Yeah. I feel like with the album, because it's 13 tracks, it's songs that like loads of different people can relate to. You could be like an easycore fan, and a song can really, grab you. You could be like a 14-year-old dude or like a 13-year-old girl, listen to that. You could be a 50-year-old rocker and love like a certain song. So I do feel like a lot of different people with different music tastes can kind of relate to different songs. And
yeah, there's something in there for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, do you think that this has been influenced a little bit by, because you do the TikTok lives every day, and I see the contest, and I want you to go through and kind of explain to me, like, what is going on? Because with yours, it's like insanity. Like, things are popping up on the screen. Like, I don't even know what to really do. I just, like, I could listen to you for hours. But I am noticing lots of different things like popping up. You have like whole scenes that go across the screen.
Yeah, honestly, the fans they're amazing. So I pretty much started live stream. I did a little bit in lockdown when I was really missing tour, and then this year when I kind of came off my tour, I was in the studio with my bandmates, and we were like, well, I started doing solo ones by myself, and then I was like, wait, we could get new equipment in the studio that is good enough for live and plug everything into my phone and do a whole live stream gig, so anyone from around the world can view at any time. Well, not any time, I'd probably be half asleep then. but it's amazing. Like we have people tuning in like all around the world, and from that I've had like way more music listeners, people reaching out to me, coming to shows. In fact, because I did a headline show in Titusville, Pennsylvania, and I think it was a month before there was a group of about 20 people who were watching my live.
Wow.
From Titusville, who ended up seeing that, saw that I was shouting. I asked, where's everyone from? And they literally said Titusville. And because of that one live stream, those guys ended up coming towards to the show that I did a month ago. So it is really cool doing a live stream and then actually seeing people say, okay, I found out about you from your live stream. Now I'm at your show. This is great. It's a really positive experience. I'm loving it.
I love that. I also love that you go out of your way to connect with your fans and especially come being with us here today. We appreciate that.
Well, honestly, thank you so much for having me on this. But yeah, the fans are awesome. They do so much, and being an independent artist, it can be harder. Not gonna cry about it, but we just gotta run with the wind. And
what happens with the challenges? Like, do you get to pick a couple songs, or is that all the fans picking those songs?
Yeah, so I'll kind of either we'll get to pick some songs, or we get a lot of requests, so we'll play that. And there's like a big section for musicians on TikTok that they push their music out to loads of people and all that. So it's really cool.
Is there any song that you can't sing?
As in my own?
As in anything. I've heard you sing, all different kinds of music, and just I was trying to explain you to my friends, and I'm like, she literally can appeal to any kind of music listener.
That is such a great compliment. Thank you so much. I love loads of different music. I love to put a rock spin on pop covers as well. Instead of because I obviously love doing originals. They're really fun. But when you've done sang the same or a song, been in loads of recording studios, listen back to all the mixes, sometimes I go, do you know what, it'll be fun, every half an hour I'll pop in a little pop punk cover.
Are there any that really stand out that you kind of get excited when someone requests it?
Yeah, definitely. Life is a Highway. Such a jam. Love a bit of Carrie Underwood as well. We do Before He Cheats.
Yeah.
We do a couple of Carrie Underwood songs. The Greatest Showman, they've got that song called This Is Me.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And we did a big pop punk cover of that, and that always goes off. That's really fun. I'd say those are my top 3.
Are there any that you just kind of cringe at when someone requests it?
Yeah, and I just don't play it.
Are there any that stick out in your head?
Any that stick out? Ooh, I'll have to check my list. I think. Do you know what? I actually can't even think off the top of my head. But when they request them, it's because they know it's on the system. Because we'll track everything. So we've got about 40 other covers that we've done. So there's not too many songs that we don't do. But there's some that people have asked to do, old boy band songs, and I'm like, no, I'd rather something more upbeat. Or Adele, and I'm like, I'm not going to sing Adele.
How do you get all those lyrics? Have you ever just totally forgot the lyrics while you were?
Oh, dude, all the time. I even forget my own lyrics. People know if I've forgotten my own lyrics because if I'm live, I'll just go, yeah, you sing. I'm like, there we go. I've forgotten, but no one knows.
Yeah, some of the songs that you sing, they have so many lyrics.
Dude,
I already make up my own lyrics a lot of the time anyway, so
have you tried singing along to What's This from The Nightmare Before Christmas? It is the hardest song in the entire world. That's a song when people request, I go, no, but it'll go down so well. Yeah, I always mess up the lyrics there, but we move.
I remember one time my friend talked me into doing, I think it's Rock Your Body by Nina Sky.
Oh yeah.
I never realized how many words that had until I was up there and like missing a couple, and it's just flying past me on the screen. I'm like, man, I thought this was like a slower.
You know that song "Freak You"? That's like every time I close my eyes, you know, I wake up feeling so horny. That one. All right, so I was like, I'm gonna do that for karaoke. It is the longest song. I did not realize it.
Oh, no.
It just keeps going. Going and going and going. I'm at the microphone. I'm like, everybody wants it to end. It was funny for the first minute.
Yeah. It's like years ago I did Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. And I forget how long that song is, because that's like 5 or 6 minutes, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Because the popular version is the radio edit, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the song I grew up on, not the actual version.
But
so, as far as your new album, what song has a special kind of place in your heart?
On the Jaded album or
on Jaded Deluxe?
Jaded Deluxe. Ooh, I would definitely say. I'm just gonna have a scroll. I'm just gonna have a think. Right. Bronnie. Jaded. I think I'm gonna go with. This is so hard, you guys. Ooh. Do you know what? Jaded is my baby, so I think I'm gonna have to say Jaded. And I also love Bite My Tongue. That's a song that I wrote a few years back. And that was like a therapy song for me. So either that or Jaded, yeah.
I usually cling to one song like harder than others. I can't really do that for you. Like back and forth, Scream. I guess I would probably have to say Scream, because you had just kind of started like putting little teasers out when I first came across you. So,
oh wow! So that was like 3 years back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that song kind of pulled me in.
Legend, I love it. It did its
but
job.
Then Elle is kind of like just my song that I can put on at any time, and surprisingly, like nobody, like my son usually, like I'll be like, this song again. He hasn't. He actually said that you sound a lot like Avril Lavigne, her new album.
Love it. Love it. Do you know what? When the kids approve, you know you've done something good, because they are like, they will not hold back, will they?
No, they don't.
He thought that you were Avril. He's like, is that the one that plays in your car? Because my radio was down for a while, so I had the Avril CD. So it kind of played over and over again, and he learned all the songs.
Love it. Which album? The
Cannonball, or no, Love Sucks.
Yeah, sick. You need to get him into the Let Go album, the first one. That was my favorite.
Yeah, that was iconic.
So good. Losing Grip is such a banger from that album.
Let It Go.
I went to her greatest hits this like past year, and man, it was fun. It was her, Simple Plan, like Girlfriends.
Love Simple Plan.
So I was told that I had to ask about this. You've done stuff with Punk Rock Factory. Can you tell us about that experience?
Oh, it was insane. They're a really sick band from Wales. And they put on a show. Like, they have pyro, like, confetti cannons everywhere, fire on stage, and they took us all over Europe this time last year. So it was great because, I mean, apart from it being hella cold, it was Christmas time, and like Europe is, best known for the Christmas markets. So we'd always do sound check, go out into all like the German cities, into the market squares, and experience a bit of Christmas. That was really fun, and just being around them, it's great. Like getting to learn from them as well, because they've been in music for years now. And yeah, just like seeing them on stage, the way they handle themselves. If anything goes wrong, they are like the best band just to quickly snap back on stage. They've had people falling off stage before the guitarist, and he gets back up and rocks it. Yeah, so it was really, really cool. And then we got to play the biggest show. So Chris and Pete. So Pete is my guitarist and producer. Chris is my drummer. He also plays bass for me at times. They're my session band, but we're all best friends, so it's amazing. But they didn't play for me at the start. They've been playing for me about 5 or 6 years now. And they are here to stay. Yeah, so I played one of my biggest shows ever in 2017, just before I met them, because they were in different bands, but we were all friends. And that was in a stadium with Little Mix. But this time, with Punk Rock Factory Manchester, that was around like 3,000 people. So that was the biggest show that us three have played together. So that was cool. Like, we've been touring for a couple of years now, and getting to do another big milestone together was amazing. Yeah, all thanks to Punk Rock Factory. So yeah.
So what was the craziest moment? That was when you were supposed to come on when we first had started.
Yes, when we first did it, and I wasn't even looking at my calendar. I was like, yeah, we can do it. And then I was like,
need to
I'm
hear
going to be
all
on stage
about
at that time.
Yeah,
it was just
all
great.
about it.
Yeah, just like,
what was the best moment?
Oh, I think hearing like most of the crowd sing or scream, they scream back at me. It was great, just like rocking up, and like the whole crowd like knew the chorus and all that, and I was like, this is crazy, like thousands of people are rocking out to this song. So that was great. And then I think one of my favorite parts of the show is obviously, apart from being on stage, is I go out after every show, meet every fan that I can, just chat to people and just hearing like their stories, and how they found out about my music and all that. Even people who had never heard my music before, saying, I bought your CD, like someone liking, the opening band is like amazing, but the fact that they go, I'm actually going to buy a physical CD and listen to this in the car and all that, it's such a massive compliment. So I had a lot of that, just meeting people is always just such a great time. Yeah.
So what do you plan to do as far as touring? Like, are you planning on staying around the UK? Are you coming over to the US, like Philadelphia?
Oh, I would love to come back to the US. It is so expensive though. But no, I mean, so my other bassist, kind of, Mason Levi, he's from Titusville. He used to be in a band called The Summer High, and we were all best mates. They invited me out on tour, and they were very, very kind. They let us use some of their gear, and in fact, my session band, who are like my friends over from Philly, went to what is it? What's the music college? Kappa something? There's a music college. I think it's Kappa something. But they all went there, and my drummer, Zev, who was drumming for me, is now drummer in Spirit Box.
Wow.
It's really cool to see like how far he's come and all that. So that was our first tour together in America, and they were there with their gear, so it wasn't really too expensive for me having to fly everyone out, and they were already there, so we didn't need to kind of buy gear or anything.
So I know that's one of the hardest parts. I've talked to some people that are like, imagine shipping your stuff across. That's
no breaks or anything. Yeah, it's always such a nightmare. But that was 2018 when I did a full tour with them, and then I've done one-off shows, so I definitely want to come back to America for sure. And then this year I'm now working on the second album. I cannot wait. We started the first song last week. We've been doing demos for months. So I've picked out definitely 10 songs that I want on the album. So the first one's done. So we'll be doing a big second album tour. And we have a couple of like the odd like headline show in the UK, because I don't like to just wait for a full tour. I like to I'll do a questionnaire thing on Instagram or whatever, and if people say, okay, come to this city, if that's like the most comments of that city, I'll just put on a random show there for the fans. So I've got that one planned. So yeah, there'll be a couple of gigs announced soon, but right now I haven't announced anything yet, and it feels really weird.
Can you tell us about anything from the song that you just did?
Oh yeah, okay. It's one that we do on TikTok Live a lot.
Okay.
I think it's one of my most favorite songs I've ever written, and yeah. And I think it's kind of a song about. I mean, we've all probably been there when you realize you're being cheated on, and you go into detective mode. It's all about that. It's kind of like a storytelling song. So I feel like a lot of people will be able to relate.
Oh, I can't even wait for the video, because your videos are really fun.
Oh, thank you. They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
So what would you say is your favorite part? The like songwriting, the recording, or the performing?
That is so hard. Because it's either between songwriting and performing, but I songwrite to perform. Do you know what I mean? But then if I was performing not my songs, then I wouldn't enjoy it as much. I like recording, but nah. It's fun. And then, after a couple of hours, you're like, okay, my voice hurts now. Can we chill?
Yeah. Also, you always it's like, let me play that back. And then you're like, I don't like it. We can do
Exactly. Yeah. It's like when you stare in the mirror or when you take a selfie, and then like you'll stare at it for 5 seconds, and then it'll just progressively get ugly, and you're like, how did that happen? That's me when I listen back to my vocals. I'm like, no, we gotta do it all again.
We gotta do it again. Yeah, and then it was like perfect like 5 times ago. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, no, Pete, he doesn't let me listen back to my takes. He's like, you're just gonna want to do them all over again, so nope, I'll mix it instead. Yeah, I would say that probably comes last, and I love doing harmonies, but it's just the bane of my life having to do a million takes. But I think songwriting is great because I love telling stories. One of my first loves was songwriting. That's my therapy. It's like my own journal. I love writing about things that have happened to my friends. I mean, I met Jared from Bowling for Soup years ago. This was when I was about 16. I just started songwriting. And I was like, what is like the biggest piece of advice for me? And he was like, well, 1, don't suck. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, 2, he was like, if you ever get in a rut, like stuck in a rut, songwriting, just think of scenarios or, situations that have happened to you, family, friends, write a song about it. And whenever I kind of get writer's block, I always think, okay, what would Jared do? And even if I'm bored, I love watching movies and creating a storyline on characters in the background and writing a song about that, because there's always just so many different concepts to write about. So I just love songwriting so much. But then touring is just like insane, and I feel like I mean, I'm a big coffee drinker anyway, but I feel like I just get so much emotion out on stage. I feel like a kid again. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm back in high school when I'm on stage. And just getting to see all the fans, because obviously, if it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be touring, would I? So getting to see them and getting to travel is amazing. So I'll do a mixture. I like songwriting on the road. There we go. They kind of blend in together.
So as far as your fan base, since you do all these like the contests, are they? Who would you say are some of your top people that have followed you throughout this journey? Go ahead and give a couple of shout outs.
Okay. This is going to be so hard because I'm going to offend people, because I'm going to forget people. I'll say where people have been from. So I've had like fans from who are still here since like 2014. Like fans from America. There's a fan in San Francisco who messages me like every week. She's so sweet. She's been a fan since my first ever YouTube video.
Wow.
In like April 2014, which is mega. Fans who have come to like my very first shows in 2016 who are still here. Fans who were my age, because I was like 16 when I first started doing YouTube covers. Fans who were my age, you know, obviously we're the same age now. But like obviously they were 16 at the same time, became a fan. And there was a fan who came to my Liverpool release show. So that's my hometown, Liverpool. And she was there with her husband. And she was like, "Oh yeah, we've got a babysitter at home because I've got 2 kids now." And just like seeing people grow up as well. I'm like, this is mad. And you know, they're still knocking around. So it's really cool seeing fans who have been, you know, fans for nearly like 10 years now. It's crazy.
So what can fans anticipate with the new songs and the new album?
Oh,
Are you looking to add any new like elements or instruments or?
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna go down like kind of like a country rock route as well. Adding some those kind of elements in songs. I really feel like these songs as well, I've really thought about the songwriting elements, and I feel like there are like a lot of songs that everyone will be able to relate to. And just like the Jaded album, there's going to be songs that like people who are into heavier music, like pop gals, you know, and like even like country fans will like certain songs. So I'm just really excited. I feel like this is definitely going to be my favorite album when I release it.
Now, are you gonna do any collabs?
Oh, I mean, I have been songwriting with different people. I can't say anything yet, but fingers crossed, yeah.
Who are some of the people that you would like to have a collaboration?
Oh, I mean, like dreaming big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to have Jarrett from Bowling for Soup on my album, because I think he smashes like the rock and pop punk voice and the country voice. Like his vocals are just so good. He's great at like every genre ever. So I'd definitely say him. I think I mean I'm such a big fan of Lainey Wilson. I think her music is amazing. So getting her on a track, I mean, that would never. I mean, we gotta say it. It'll manifest, you know. Okay, it's gonna happen. There we go. That would be a dream come true. And I think, I mean, the guy that I've always said in the past was Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens, but I've done a song with him now. That was about 2 years ago. So I've ticked that off the manifestation list.
That's amazing. I love like that you are somebody who, I don't know, you just like have accomplished so much. It seems like you really just set out like, I'm gonna do this, and then you work towards it, you know, and very inspirational.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but I've always had that mind frame of, you know, whatever happens, like it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
we're a small atom on Earth when you think about it. And you know, I think especially like if I have a really bad day, I go, people have it way worse. Why am I overthinking about this? Everything's gonna be fine, and then usually good things happen. I'm a very good believer in big believer in good karma as well. Like, you know, if you don't sit there,
more positive people.
Yeah, I was gonna say
in the world.
If you were gonna give advice to the girl posting her singing on YouTube, what would it be?
Oh, I'd say just keep on going. Acknowledge all the fans who send it to people and comment, because without them, you wouldn't be anywhere. Be happy for people's wins. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. Especially like if you know them, you're probably, you know, I think just growing together, bring your friends with you. I feel like you can get people in the industry who are very, this is a competition, and if I don't get this tour, then I'm never going to get this, and this artist got that. You know, it's no negativity. Like, if you're happy for people, good things are going to happen to you. For sure. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now,
I
I'm
love
sure you
music.
get a lot of people that duet you on TikTok.
Yeah,
How do
it's
you
so
kind
fun.
of go through to pick who makes your story? For young
Oh,
artists that are looking to duet with you to make
Mhm.
it on the story.
Oh, it's so hard. My notifications are everywhere. So if I'm live, or like, no, not live, if I'm on the app, and if I see a notification come through, I'll click on it, I'll share it. I love it. I love seeing people cover my songs as well. That's really cool. But yeah, my notifications are kind of all over the place. Which I guess is a good problem to have. But you know, as I don't get to see everyone's, but if anyone here has ever duetted or did a cover and I haven't seen it, just keep on tagging me. I'll or tag my band. I always get fans, like we always get fans tagging my bandmates in to say, "Can you show Bronnie?" Because they have less notice. So when in doubt, tag my band. There we go. Pete and Chris.
So, what would you say is your favorite? Do you like TikTok the most as far as connecting with the fans, or because you're on all of them?
Yeah, I love it and I hate it because after every live stream or if I'm on tour, my For You page is too good right now. I'm like constantly on it for like 3 hours a night. I'm like, I should be asleep. But no, I love TikTok. Sometimes I hate social media and I wish it wasn't a thing ever, and I just want to songwrite and because I do feel like the more it is very very stressful with the industry being like you have to go viral on TikTok, you have to do this, you have to post the 3 TikToks a day and 2 Instagrams a day and this that. And then I go, I've got no songwriting inspiration in my brain now. So I do think it's healthy taking like a week or so off social media from time to time to unlock the brain. But no, I do love social media because you know it's brought so many people to my music or my music to so many people. I get to connect with everyone on there, and it, if it's used in the right way, it can be very positive.
Yeah.
So, what was the first TikTok that you had that kind of went viral,
I think.
or that was unexpected to go viral?
Oh, I know. It was a woman. I've totally forgotten her name. But she has a little kid in America who was like 3 and was obsessed with pop punk. So she'd be like, okay, if I could. And then the baby would be like, find you now. And I just did a video duet and that being like, oh my God, this is so cute. And it got like 5 million views or something mad. I was not expecting it at all. So that was cool. And then I guess from that, people were clicking on my profile and going, oh, she's an artist. This is cool. And then, finding out my music there. Another one I did was the What's This cover. I was like, are you guys a Nightmare Before Christmas fan? Do you guys dig pop punk or anything like that? Hopefully you dig this cover. And then that popped off, which is cool. And yeah, I think a lot of behind the scenes of my music videos, just shooting random shit, posting that, they always, bring in new people kind of wanting to watch the main music video, which is sick. But yeah.
Speaking of the videos, since we're getting closer with time, can you tell us about any like Easter eggs or cool things that maybe you weren't going into expecting to put in the video that ended up making their way?
Oh, I'm just trying to think. Well, Scream, that music video was shot in my house. So that's always really fun to look back on. But I can't. Oh, I mean, any excuse to have one of my cats in my music video, I will. They were in the Scream music video. They were in the Friend Zone music video. Or Animals. There was a dog in the Funeral Song music video. I think Dance of the Devil had one of my cats in. Yeah, my cats have got to make cameo appearances. I'd probably say that's the only consistent thing in all my music videos. Can you guys tell I'm like the crazy cat lady? I've got a million.
I love that. We're the crazy
I
dog
love
ladies.
that all your videos, like, going into it before it even really gets started that it's one of yours. Like, you definitely have that signature, like, the aesthetics are just there. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Now, did you tape, like, as far as, what
I what? Sorry.
like what kind of went into taping the O video?
Yeah, so when I wrote that song, I just thought of colour the whole time, and I was like, I feel like this is like almost a dance track, but like pop punk and pop, and I was like, this is just like such a celebratory song. And whenever I played it on tour, it was the one that everyone was just jumping and smiling at, and I was like, let's just have a big colourful video, and like bring my band in on it, and it's just a fun video. I love it. Yeah.
And I have to bring this up as far as your CD art.
Mm-hmm.
How did you pick that photo? Because you have a lot of fun ones that you've been posting for that album, for the different songs. How did you pick that particular one?
So, I was in a shower. I was backstage in Birmingham. And it was right before I was going to go on stage. And I remember, I was really nervous for that show, and I don't know why. And we played Scream, and that was the loudest I've ever heard any like crowd sing it. And I had my stage call. They were like, "Bronnie, you're on in literally like 20 seconds." And all I remember is going, "Okay, can we just get this quick photo?" And then legged it on stage, and that ended up being the photo. And I was like, "Do you know what? I think I'm gonna have that as the artwork." So, yeah, good memories from that show.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us, especially around the holidays. I know how like hectic it gets. Is there any shows that you do know that you want to shout out? Because we do have quite a following over.
Oh, awesome! There's so many shows I'm about to announce, and it's either going to be right before or right after Christmas, but a lot dotted around the UK. We should have some London, Newcastle, Manchester.
So everybody's just got to go on any social media
exactly,
and follow
stalk me. But if anyone wanted to catch up with me on socials, every single one is Bronnie Music.
All going at the bottom of the page.
Legend. Oh, there it is. I can say it now. You guys are on it. Thank you. Yeah, I go live on TikTok pretty much every night around 8 p.m. UK time. If you guys wanted to catch my 5 glorious cats on my story, go on to Instagram. If you guys are crazy old cat ladies. And yeah, like Spotify is Bronnie, iTunes is Bronnie. Yeah, just search for that, and hopefully you don't get deaf after listening to my music. Fingers crossed.
I love that. We appreciate you so much.
We will definitely have to have you come back on.
Yes. Well, next time I'm in Philly, we all need to hang out.
Yes, we would love that.
I love that. I'm trying to think who else I know. Have you ever heard of the band Voltec?
I think I might actually.
Simone and Marco?
Maybe, yeah.
They're really cool. I played with them at the Hard Rock Cafe years ago, actually. That was cool. Yeah. That's crazy. You guys are from Philly. Love that.
Yeah. I love my city. It's a great city for music. That's why I'm like, we have such a good music.
100%. What street is it? You know, Crash Boom Bang, the clothing store.
Street. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really sweet. The owner, I met her years ago.
Steph is the best.
She's so quirky.
Nice.
I love her.
She's such like a good person, and like, I love that store. I love having punk shops, and I love our like we have great community. We have great communities. We have great punk community, great goth community, great metal community. And
actually, before I go, if fans want to buy your CD in the US, is that on the site to get it's the actual CD with art?
Yeah, so my CD and my vinyl is on my website. So if you guys wanted to get it, if you go to any profile of mine, Bronnie Music, on like TikTok, Instagram, if you click the link in my bio, click merch, or if you go on bronniemusic.com and then click on the merch section, that'll take you to the merch site. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yay.
So everybody go on. I suggest listening to Scream, Jaded.
Yeah.
So many good ones. Just listen to the whole CD.
Guys, thank you so much for having me on the show. I can't wait to watch this back.
Yeah.
It will air Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, amazing. I'll tell all the fans to watch it. Is this going to be on like YouTube or?
YouTube.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. And I will send you the link that you can share as soon as it airs.
Fabulous. And if you want to send me any like promo videos, I'll whack it on the story. TikTok. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great holiday.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Happy holidays, you guys. Amazing. I'll see you guys soon.
See ya.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
Problem. And awesome Christmas special this year, Allie. I love that. I love her. Sick album. I'm excited to see what more comes from her, and I just want to thank all our viewers for another year of A Pretty Little Podcast. We appreciate you guys so much.
This has been a crazy year, and seriously, thank you everyone that has tuned in, that has shared our link, that has just supported us. It's really been amazing, and honestly, it's been so great meeting all of these dynamic people. And I mean, I've like knocked people off of my bucket list, like going into this,
right? Honestly,
you're crazy.
Here's my corny thing of the season. Your guys' viewership is the greatest Christmas gift for us. So, and special holiday shout out to our producer Dennis. You're the best, and just like, I don't know. Thank you guys. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We will be taking next week off to enjoy the holidays, but we will be back with a New Year special.
Yay! All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.